Okay, wow. Well, I'm going to be a little bit brief here since I'm pressed for time, but wanted to take a moment and make a video for you to show you the short I took in the ES. Actually, was really lucky to have this trade. I took a peek at the market right around, if we actually look up here at the 30-minute chart. There was a pullback to support. Of course, my bias is fairly neutral at that point because the market's been in an uptrend. It pulls back to support, it rallies. After the real weakness into the close yesterday, I thought we might have a chance at a short, but obviously, big gap to the upside put that into the trash can. So pulled back to support, was pretty much not going to give me a trade, so I'd make it maybe 2 points or 2.5 points this morning, just scalping, and thought I'd take the rest of the afternoon off. So I came back, wanted to see the close, and walked back in the middle of this bar. And you can see here just the violence and the sell-off that was experienced there. If I bring up a little bit of a smaller time frame chart, this is actually just the SPY. I'll bring up a 5-minute just to kind of show you what it is we're looking at here. Big steady pounding move down. So I got here just as the 200 period movement was breaking on the 5-minute chart. Got a fill somewhere in this zone, I think that was. Sold off a little bit, kind of based, broke down again, big into the close. Some whipsawing, of course, but it doesn't really matter. We've closed weekly, and it looks like we're going to stay that way for a little while. So loving what I see. Now let's come over here to the daily chart and kind of zoom that up a little bit. You can get a better sense. I was really hoping to get my short off at the 200 period moving average, which is the blue line here on the daily, but instead we have formed a bearish engulfing bar. And again, if we go back to the 30-minute chart, kind of squish down here, bring up my my drawing tool, just a horizontal line. See, the high of the day yesterday was violated, and the low of the day yesterday was violated. That outside range bar, that engulfing bar, is a very, very bearish bar. And if we go back to the daily, we can see the lower high is very clear and distinct. And really, I was telling one of my clients, last time I saw a lower high that I liked this much, it was in Google. And actually, I'm going to have to go back a little bit further so I make sure I got the right number of days. But if we really squish down here on Google, you can see this devastating sell-off from 2007, which I had and gave to my clients. Let's take a look at that lower high, because it's not dissimilar to what I would expect out of the market. Okay, so we had a sliding up move in Google, very much the same way as we saw in the markets. A lot more violent, of course. Then we had a pretty significant little sell-off, and then a rally. And then the market came over here and made a peak double top right around 750, I guess it was, 720 rather. So took our short in that zone. Market sold off to 650. We thought we were golden. Then it built just a heinous whipsaw, made another lower high, and at that point the market really started to sell off and ended up covering it down here into a large exhaustion gap below the $500 per share level. So that's the power of a lower high, and a lower high has its power because it's the end of the line. When folks are long, obviously, if we squish down and see the SPY, anyone who's been long has made good money, and they're probably going to be pretty defensive of those profits. And there really hasn't been anything to challenge their bullishness up until today, where we have this lower high. The high in the market on the SPY side was 93.22. The high today was 92.80. So not a near miss either. We traded lower, and this is definitely going to be seen as a lower high. So tomorrow, what do we expect? Well, a gap down is certainly possible. And if that were the case, I would watch it very carefully for the first half hour or so. And if the market continues lower, probably take that as a breakaway gap and consider adding. And if it gaps up or tries to squeeze, then whatever. As long as it doesn't take out the highs here, I think we're in really good shape. So there you go, is the basic outline for the trade. Very much a reaction trade for me. I was not expecting it, but sort of serendipity that I came home just at the right time and was able to walk upstairs and tag the short trade. So very happy and a little fortunate to do so. So now while I've got you here, I want to ask you a question before I go. I was pretty blown away by my survey results the other day. Again, as I said in a text form in the blog, I have been talking to lots of different clients over the last couple of months since I've really sort of turned my business back on and began interacting with the public again. And most of those folks have six-figure accounts, and it seems like they're the ones who who I've been working with. And as I sent out this survey question, I find out that almost half of those out there are trading with $5,000 accounts or lower. And that, as I said, is just a horribly difficult thing. And the worst part about it is you're going to fail. You're going to fail because of the size and the structure of the markets. And so you're going to fail. You're going to think that you're a bum. You're going to think that you have no skill, and this is a really hard thing to do, when really you lost because of your undercapitalization, not necessarily because of skill or lack thereof. And that's really important and kind of tragic at the same point. So I've been really digging into some ideas, trying to think up a structure where I could develop something specifically for the needs of the small account trader. A little bit of research on the web shows that there really isn't anything like that out there. Most of the folks who have small accounts are being taught how to trade as if they're trading $500,000, and the discipline, actually not necessarily discipline, but the modality, the needs and the demands of that small account are very, very different than if you're trading 6 figures, 7 figures. So I've got some ideas. I'm just kind of fleshing them out now. So stay tuned. We'll definitely talk about more once I actually get to the point of launching something. I got an idea that's kind of fomenting here. I'm really excited about, and may get that out before the end of the week, or maybe have to wait till through the weekend and end up doing it next week. Not really sure at this point. Depends on some phone calls I haven't received yet back. So if they get back to me, maybe I'll be a little bit faster. But if not, keep an eye on things this weekend or next week, and I'll definitely talk more as the details become available. But I want to ask you one last question, which is just to go below the video here once you're done, and click on the survey and just spend a quick minute answering these 2 very simple questions. I really want to know, why are you trading? Whether you've got $1 million or 5,000 or 2,000, doesn't really matter to me. I just want to know, why are you trading? What is it you're trying to accomplish? And what is it that you're doing here? Do you just really enjoy it? Are you trying to trade for means to an end? Those are the sorts of things I'm looking for. Then the second question I'd love to have you answer is, what is the ideal lifestyle that you as a successful trader would have? In other words, you're going to go through all this learning and the difficulty, and plus you're going to do the work to go out there into the markets and get your edge and press that edge and make money. And then what? You know, what's the lifestyle that you're looking for? What is that ideal lifestyle? Is it the freedom of being able to work anywhere? I mean, I literally can trade or manage positions from my iPhone anywhere in the United States or many places abroad. Grab a laptop, and that expands your connectivity even more. Certainly, we've had the coffee shop revolution all over the place. You can get good Wi-Fi at a coffee shop and run your business. That's a big thing for people. Some people are in it for the money. They want the money for lots of different reasons. Maybe it's to acquire something, be it a house, a car, boat, what have you. But that's really what I'm interested in. So this is going to really help me as I develop this new idea and try to figure out how I can best help you get to those goals. You know, because your goals may be very different from mine and from those like myself who have a larger account methodology and perhaps a higher risk reward, lower accuracy rate methodology going. You can have very different goals, maybe different stages in life, all those different things. So if you kind of give me just a couple of paragraphs about why you're trading, and then what is your ideal post-success trading lifestyle, I'd really appreciate it. It'll help me a lot as I try to figure how some of the tools that I've been using for years for those of you with big accounts, how can I leverage those into the small accounts and just really kind of deliver a real explosion of wealth creation, which allows you then to kind of scale back and begin trading with the more not necessarily conservative, but the more sort of rational large account rules. So anyway, thanks so much for taking the time to fill that out, and we'll talk again soon.